Taurus, welcome back for your July reading. And I'm looking at yours and I'm like, man, so far you guys have the best reading out of everyone, you lucky bastards. Okay, so fingers crossed this does come through for you guys, and I'm very happy for you if it does. But there are a lot of retrograde planets. So I'm hoping it does go smooth for you guys. I just want you guys to be mindful to have a look at the planets, because with the planets going retrograde, there might be miscommunication. Try not to buy anything around the 26th of July because you may live to regret it. You'll have to take it back. Not too good buying things around that time. Avoid contracts if you can around that time, and it goes direct. So between July the 26th and August 19th, I'll probably steer clear of purchasing large items. Now, I'm going to leave the rest of the planetary related areas alone, but I will show you, which I've done in the other video. So if you're cross-watching, you would have already seen this part, so you can fast forward one point. They're the planets. This is what July looks like. So this is the amount of retrograde planets. And a lot of them are very heavy planets in a sense of, making us have, that drive and passion where we're being responsible connected to it, where we're purging any of the blocks that are preventing us from taking aspects of responsibility. We're not doing something correctly, so we're being shown that we could be doing it in a simpler way. And we're really moving away from money, even though we're needing to manifest money. A lot of us are trying to find the balance between spiritual and monetary kind of movement there. Now, funny enough, a lot of the things that are coming, apart from the planets, you're just not seeing coming because your intuition is in reverse. So this is your third eye chakra. Just had to check there. I was like, yes, it is. Third eye chakra. So try and do some third eye chakra work. It can be eating the food groups. It can also be aromatherapy, meditation. So research it and do some work in that area. I'm going to interlink it into your whole reading so you know how this is, why you're not perhaps using your intuition. Sometimes it can be that we're overworked. It can, your eyesight might be triggering that as well, so you can look into that. In your general life. Okay. Now, you may be having a change at work. It might be negotiations. It might be new contracts. Try and finalise them before the 26th of July. Because what you won't be seeing is, apart from what I'm telling you, really not a good time to be signing contracts. So if you're going into a new contract, try and get that signed ASAP. Otherwise, you're probably going to look crazy if you go into your boss and saying, can you wait till after? Can you wait till just at the end of August? I mean, for us in Australia, I'm going Bali's on the tax. I'm just going to wait till after because I don't want any problems with my tax return. So it can be problematic because paperwork can get lost, delays can occur. So it's like waiting in traffic. You just pull over on the freeway and just let the traffic go by, and then you proceed forward from there. So be careful with the contracts, but it can be that a new partnership, as in a relationship, is coming through, which is looking like it, or a physical contract at work. It can be binding, and working together with other people in a team. But follow your intuition connected to this. I'm not getting a bad feeling. It just feels as though you're going to have a lot of things coming out of left field that you're just not picking. There can be an offer of romance coming through for you guys. This can be, for some of you, coming out of left field in your general circle. But in general, couples or singles, and this is the way life goes these days, there is a love interest hovering. You're very driven though this month, so this can be either the individual you're directly dealing with, or you're feeling people around you are real hungry for power. Now the funny thing is, around, I have to get the sheet now, the 10th of July, you'll find any agitation connected to ego in this factor may start to kind of die down by the end of the month. That's because a lot of us are getting triggered within our egos. but we're actually being shown where it's been controlling us, not vice versa. So releasing that to a degree and having a mindfulness connected to it is going to help us manifest forward motion. If this is physically you, it will be an aha moment connected to that, and your intuition won't see the aha moment coming. In your family, again, intuition in reverse. It may feel with certain individuals you're having blind faith. It might be that they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing behind your back. And again, I feel if this is the case, it's more your own children. So if you do have children, keep an eye on them. Check out what they're up to. Also, keep them aware of the retrograde and that they are liable to be triggered during this time. And it is a natural part. It's a bit like a weather forecast, really. And on the Richter scale of 1 to 10, it'd probably be around, I don't know, 10? Okay. Now, there is a peacefulness within the family and there is a lot of love. Sometimes it doesn't completely look the way you think, but that's because your intuition is telling you something else. And it can be vice versa. So it can be, it's looking like a bed of roses and it's not, or isn't a bed of roses in your opinion, yet 3D is showing that it is. It's just the way families go. You do feel it, but you have ebbs and flows. And again, if you're aware of where the planets are and what's going on, go and look at some retrograde planets. It's going to give you an aha moment of the reason why we all collectively are feeling this way. Now, I've got to tune into this next card. It is a wonderful thing to be in a state of wonder. And when I'm a good audience to my life becomes better and better, a better and better theatre. When something delightful happens, I can shout encore and be tickled when it happens again. When something mundane happens, I can laugh it off. Either way, I'm glad I got the ticket to the show. So it's all, like I said, you're not going to see these things coming. And ignorance is not always bliss. But sometimes it is, because we get into this kind of momentum where we feel everything's going to be the same. And then suddenly something comes out of left field to give you a sense of belief. And it feels as though you're going to have that moment this month. I'm so excited for you guys. Okay. You weren't feeling patient, connected to movement in your life. Your intuition wasn't telling you that, but universe is going to show you. But they are saying that everything is divinely guided. It is on track. So if you're thinking, God, am I ever going to get this manifestation that I've been working on? The answer is yes. It's just, it's on its way. I'm telling you. I can feel it. You've lost luster and passion connected to some things that you're doing. But you've got to check. Your intuition might be telling you that, but it may be due to the vibration of the planetary alignments. So try and work out, probably over, look, if you have this massive movement where you're feeling physically, I just can't work at this location, you directly know, and there's something you need to do about it. But it may be due to your physical fatigue that you're feeling this way currently. So try and be mindful of that. I do feel it is. I do feel you guys are working quite hard, and it doesn't mean you've got to have a job. You could have children, you could be at home. It just feels whatever you're physically doing repetitiously, it is fatiguing you and it's affecting your third eye chakra. And again, you've got Spirit of the South. And I always go, never eat soggy Weet-Bix. Okay, so you're looking down, you're working hard, but you need to look up. You need to look at your life and wonder. And don't have blind faith, because you might be missing pieces of the puzzle. Okay? When you all work, no play, or all play, no work, you've got to get that balance right. At the moment, it's feeling a little bit out of balance. Now, I attract romance filled with divine love. I have a healthy sex life. Now, you have this crystal, right? And I call it crystal gem. This can be connected to your sacral chakra. But if you've been trying to manifest a twin flame soulmate, it's saying yes. Okay. Get ready. Big changes are coming. So if you've noticed a change at home where you're throwing things out, packing things up, tidying things up, it can be that you're actually getting a cue from universe that something's changing. So that's for those of you who that message is relevant. Okay, couples. And again, just because we're in a relationship doesn't mean to say that everything is a bed of roses. So I'm going to read it two ways because there's two energies coming through. For some of you who are unhappy, it feels like you're waiting for a change. But it may not directly be, again, listen to your intuition. For those of you who you feel it's divinely guided and you shouldn't be here, that's a different subject. But for those of you, it feels like an emotion, you're waiting for that to change. But your intuition's telling you, like, you know, is this ever going to change? Am I always going to feel tired and run down and all the rest of it? Now, this can be two things. It might be you're wary of an enemy. Now, this can be an enemy connected to your relationship or an enemy externally. It can also be you, where you feel the enemy within the relationship. But for some of you, it could be that you came out of a relationship, out of the couple, or you're at a crossroad with this situation, because there may be a sweetheart. That's on your side or your partner's side. But again, this doesn't have to be that it's this way. This could be a past tense energy. We are in a karmic cycle and we are at a purging energy stage. So it may be that there was nothing to this degree within the relationship, but it's something you've lived through before, either in this relationship or through another person or a previous life. So it depends on the energy that's coming through. Sometimes it might be that you're looking at your family's relationship, and while you're meditating, it can be coming through in your actual reading for some of you. But for some of you, it feels you may be unhappy. What's going on, guys? I'm just going to say it. Okay. There's not enough consistency in the current situation or a situation you've been meditating on. You do not feel at home at the moment. Financially speaking or emotionally speaking, you physically are not feeling abundant. But you're wanting a reunion. So this can be with the person. It can be where you spiritually want to come home after something that transpired. Or it can be that you're manifesting in a reunion with a person who you feel is your heart's desires. I'm going to leave it at that. Otherwise, come through and book a reading. Or look at your rising signs. That would be another piece of advice. Okay. Singles, as I was saying, I am feeling, well, it's looking like it's on both sides, really. You guys are in an interesting month. Changed in a night. You and the external is changing overnight. And again, your intuition's not even going to see it coming. Because your crystal is you attract romance. That's for couples and singles. That's big changes, couples and singles. You also do not want to do anything that is bad for you. So you're really meditating on what you think is going to be best for the connection, be it coupled or single, or, you know, you're trying to come to a place where you're trying to do the right thing, but by yourself and others. You're not regretting the connection you hold or the feelings you hold. You're also, starting to show another side of yourself. Again, this can be a twin flame, taking a mask off. And your sacral chakra is activated. That's actually a good sign. And you're coming out of an aspect of sadness. Okay? Sadness in reverse. So it looks like there's a potential this month for a connection. Bye.